Now that's a 16-day rehab. All right, okay.
It's not even a rehab.
He's doing so well, they're cutting his time.
Then I get an email from Teddy or somebody saying, or a voicemail that Artie will be back on the 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, I get the email from Teddy. Artie's going to be back on the 7th. Now I go, what is that, 7, 8 days? 2 seconds later, I get a mass email from Caroline's that Artie's appearing at Caroline's on January 9th. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what the fuck?
So, I don't know. I just felt...
he's coming back to promote his show.
Right. I felt like, wow, I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand why Artie's out. If he was in Miami, he could have been at the rehab instead of going to Miami and then come back on time.
He's not at any rehab.
Well, I'm calling it the rehab because I don't know what to call it. The spa.
Yeah, the fat camp.
Right. But anyway, he says he's feeling better.
So he's really messed up.
Yeah.
Now do you understand?
Yeah.
I mean, the book and then this, right? That should tell you where
I told you, I said, here's the deal with me. And I said this to Gary.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean...
You can't do anything
I don't know.
about
I got my own problems, which are numerous.
You know what's really funny? I was sitting there, I wrote you a note, and, I thought about the other people on the show, and I was going to reach out to Gary, and, got distracted, and somehow I never got to it, but, I was just sending little notes to people.
Excuse me.
Just to say I love working with you, and it's good to have you in my life, and stuff like that, and Happy New Year. And I said, you know what? Artie's not on email, so I can't get to him that way.
Right.
Do I dare call? It's been a couple of weeks away from work.
Oh, you can call. You just text.
Wait, you just reminded me. That's the other thing. So I get this long message from Artie he's in rehab, and then 2 days later, my phone's going off like crazy with text messages. So I'm texting Artie back and forth, and I think to myself, when you go to rehab, don't they take away all your phones?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be in contact with anybody.
And he says he's got a BlackBerry, which is in essence a phone.
Right.
So I didn't know why he wasn't calling me. I don't know why he was texting me.
All right.
Because he's got a phone.
Because he said to me, this rehab is this insanely expensive rehab, but meanwhile, it's not even rehab.
It's not rehab
We
at
spent
all.
It's a spa.
Artie and I spent 2 hours on New Year's Eve from like 2 o'clock to like 4 o'clock texting each other. He's like, and he's funny.
From
He's
2
like,
to 4 in the afternoon?
in the afternoon, yeah. He's like,
What, are you supposed to be in counseling?
I don't know. He said, like, what do you...
group is coming up.
He said, sorry to bother you while you're skiing with your family. And I said, no big deal. I'm just sitting here watching the Twilight Zone marathon. And he wrote back, please watch the Elf marathon. I need the money.
No. Well, anyway, that's the Artie story. So Artie will be back on Wednesday, I guess.
From where? We don't know. Vacation, I guess.
Vacation.
But really, he'll be back tomorrow night because he'll have to be back tomorrow night to be here for Wednesday.
Right.
So okay. So it's January 6th, and he went in on the 27th.
He went in.
So 27, 28, 29,
He went into
30,
a luxury
31.
spa.
What, 10 days or something?
10 days.
Yeah.
11 days.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the Artie saga.
Basically what happened was he, I guess, signed on. Oh, but how do you take a break in Miami from that even?
Oh, let me ask Artie. He's on the phone. Hold on. Artie.
He's laughing at us.
Artie, are you laughing at me because you're not here at work and I think you're in rehab?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So where are you really?
I must be an idiot, huh?
Right.
How many more times can you pull the wool over his eyes?
Thank you, Artie.
I'm not bullshitting anybody.
All
You're
right.
not? All right.
Poor Artie.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'd rather work by myself.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Goodbye, Art.
At least he's in a good mood.
I'll see you on Wednesday. Good luck with rehab.
Right.
So what, is Wednesday the 7th?
Wednesday's the 7th. That is
So
correct.
then he'll be at Caroline's on the 9th, 2 days to promote.
Right. Oh, boy. So that was my Artie story. What can I tell you? What can I tell you?
What does it all mean?
What does it all mean? What does it all mean, Fred?
It's all bullshit.
What do you think of that story?
You know what? I mean, Artie does things half-ass. I mean, if he really was going to go into rehab, I think maybe he was going to start to go to rehab, and then over time he went, that's not such a good idea, and he kept whittling it down and whittling it down and whittling it down till he compromised it to the point of where it was just like, what the fuck is that?
Right. Well, he does give you a lot to talk about, I'll tell you that. Yeah. The boy keeps me busy.
But, in the meantime, he's going through hell. So he'll come back and tell you about having a bunch of enemas and how that cleaned him all out. Now he's kicked heroin.
In the meantime, he's just postponing the inevitable.
Yeah.
Well, according to his message to me, he's never felt better, and he's clean and sober.
He's kicked heroin.
And he's pretty sure he's kicked it. He says he's had no withdrawal symptoms or anything.
It's funny to me because he'd already kicked heroin a number of times.
But while he was calling me and telling me he was in intensive rehab, as he calls it, I found out he was with Ross in Miami.
And what is Ross doing? Ross is an enabler.
No, listen, Ross was on a boat and Artie was there.
Did Ross know anything about Artie's rehab?
How would he know?
I don't know.
think Ross knew anything about it. I think Artie's like, hey, I heard you're in Miami. You want to hang out?
I mean, what does Ross have to do with it?
The rehab he went to, wasn't that in, the Philippines?
No, it was in Palm Beach or something.
Oh, it was in Palm Beach. I thought Colin went out of the country for that.
No. Thailand. He went to Thailand.
I'd come back to Miami.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hey, Joe, you're on the air in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the show. We're back live. It's hey now. It's January 4th, I think. 5th? No.
Hey, Howard. I just wanted to touch base with you guys after the holiday. Welcome back, everybody. I'm glad the show's back live. Hey, listen, I always thought you were a genius, Howard, but I got to tell you, after listening to Act 2, it just sort of reinforced in my mind what a genius you are. I mean, to be able to go back and listen to a lot of things that I haven't heard in a long time and, quite frankly, have forgotten about. The evolution of you and everybody on the show and the show itself is just absolutely amazing. I mean, to hear Sam Kinison again, the Bon Jovi feud, Pat Cooper, all in Pat Cooper's family, I just got to tell you, it was just an absolutely amazing experience the past 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm glad you loved it. It's people say to me, how do you guys put together that monumental project, History of Howard Stern Part 2 and Part 1? And we have a special team. I've said this on the air before, led by a guy named David Height, who has worked in television as well and did a lot of work on VH1. And I should really mention every guy that works with him, because those guys worked on that for a solid year. And I got to give a special kudos to Tim Sabian, who, when he signed on here almost 3 years ago, said to me, listen, when we get the tapes, let's take them and let's really do some long-term projects, because I know you're in a rush to get stuff on the air. He said, but let's do it right. We'll make a schedule. We'll plan it out. This Christmas, when he said to me, Christmas of 2009, we're going to have History of Howard Stern Part 2, I went, I don't want to wait till 2009.
Right.
But he was right, and we did everything just the right way and hired some great guys to do this. And when you hear that programming on the air, you go, wow. And everyone's writing me and saying, gee, put it out on a DVD or put it out on a CD. And no, this is for the subscribers of Sirius. This is who this is meant for, and the people who are our loyal fans and who pay for this service.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, it's quite depressing when you guys are not on the air, live. And, to look forward to that, I was kind of looking forward to it, but at the same time, I was kind of like, hey, these guys aren't going to be on the air. It's going to be kind of a shitty 2 weeks. But I got to tell you, better than Act 1, and all the little snippets they put in, like they would play a song at the right time to sort of coincide with what they were talking about. It was just absolutely amazing.
Music to my ears, because that's exactly what it was designed for. Whenever we were away, we wanted the audience to get a premium, something special, so that you weren't sitting at home going, those guys are off and there's nothing special going on. We wanted special things to be happening, and Sirius made quite an investment in the tapes team that put all this stuff together, and I'm proud of them for doing it. And that was money well spent. So
it really makes you miss Sam Kinison, though. I mean,
I was listening a lot, and I got to tell you, so at one point I was just like, "Wow, that guy was so damn good," and he's gone, and it really made me miss him too. And getting to know Sam a little bit on a personal level too, it was just heartbreaking. But it was great to play that for you, and I was very proud of the programming. So thanks to all involved.
And thanks for taking my call, Howard. Glad to have you guys back, man.
Thanks, Joe. That's Joe, everybody. Likes History of Howard Stern, too. And a lot of other people seem to also, judging by the email. Brian, go ahead in Red Hills, Pennsylvania.